3, 2, 1. With 416 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque, are you missing that old V6? Maybe not. Hello, my name is Jimmy and welcome to the 2024 Mercedes AMG GLC 43 Coupe. This is, well, a brand new vehicle, and it doesn't really look like a brand new vehicle, let's be honest. It kind of looks like the previous GLC, and that's definitely not a bad thing. Mercedes has that distinctive look, and, well, I do like the look overall. While coupe or coupe SUVs definitely aren't what I would choose, as, well, I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy, which means the standard SUV shape is much more practical and less money. This 100,000 Canadian dollar SUV, well, I'm sure it'll still embrace the hearts of many. With the brand new GLC here, there's a lot that's new. This, like I said, is 100,000 Canadian dollars, so there's a lot of packages that it already is spec'd with, like the AMG driver's package, the Pinnacle trim, the AMG night package, the AMG stealth package. There's a lot that's on this vehicle that changes the exterior, and this red paint, love it. It's just that dark shade of red that's kind of like wine red, and I really enjoy it. Depending on, well, the time of day, the sun and whatnot, the paint, the hue of it, it just changes, and it's just very pretty. The coupe, of course, you do lose a little practicality. In terms of the trunk space, while it's definitely not the biggest, it should be big enough for most family needs. There's a little bit more space underneath, including a compact spare tire. You can fold down the seats 40-20-40, so you can haul whatever things that you need. In terms of the rear seats, I'm 5'11", and I fit in here just fine. There's enough headroom, legroom is good, don't really have any complaints back here, but there isn't anything special. There's no heated seats, cooled seats, blinds on the sides. I mean, even the panoramic sunroof ends before the rear seats begin. So, yeah, definitely not aimed for the rear seat audience. However, if you are using this as a family vehicle, I am a child passenger safety technician, and you certainly can fit car seats in here. On the driver's side, this is a Plaque infant seat. No problems getting an infant carrier in here. I did have to move the driver's seat a little forward. I'm 5'11", and I still have more than enough space, so it really isn't a problem. On the passenger side, this is a Plaque in rear facing. Once again, had to move the passenger seat forward, but still enough for most people, I would say. The space to put the seat in was a little bit squishy just because of the coupe-like roofline, and getting your child in and out requires a little bit of ducking and squeezing, as you would kind of expect. When you go forward-facing, you shouldn't have any problems other than the headrest. They protrude a little bit, so depending on child seat, it may or may not fit, so do check that. Upper anchors and lower anchors are very easy to find. Lower anchors, you got 2 sets, and then upper anchors, you do have 3 across the back. As for the front seats here, they're nice and bucketed. I'm being held in by the heavy bolsters that's on the side. They are heated, but sadly not cooled. That is an optional extra that this hasn't been checked with. I do get this Alcantara and leather steering wheel with your typical Mercedes buttons and AMG dials on it. The buttons, it's going to take you some time to get used to. This is like, well, standard for a lot of new Mercedes now. I'm not a big fan of it. The way that it's tilted, it's just hard to use. Behind that, you do get a digital cluster, quite customizable, quite a few different themes depending on how you want to view it. Same with the heads-up display. There's different lookouts that you can get. The rest of the interior is very much like the C-Class. You got this tablet-style screen in the center here. It runs on the latest MBUX. It has wireless CarPlay. It has Android Auto. It has GPS. It has Sirius XM, and it has a bunch of settings that you can go into and change and all that different things. The climate control, yes, it's built into the bottom of the screen now. It's a little bit fussy, but you can always use, "Hey Mercedes,
how can I help?
Change my temperature to 18 degrees.
I'm setting the temperature to 18
See?
degrees.
It works. Definitely not the best way to interact with the system, but it's better than like looking down and messing about and all that good jazz. You got leather on the top. It has ambient lighting. The carbon fiber is not bad. You do get a big old slab of plastic piano black, which every journalist is going to complain about, but I don't care because I keep my car nice and clean. And if you're worried about scratches, get PPF. You know, it's an option for you. All right, enough about the interior and whatnot. This is an AMG product. So under the hood, there is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and it does have Kevin's signature on it. It produces 416 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. All that is mated to a 9-speed multi-clutch gearbox to all 4 wheels. It does have a mild hybrid system, so on lower speeds, that starter generator produces like 13 horsepower and can run the vehicle for a little bit, but like you honestly won't notice it. But like I said, it's an AMG product. What you care about is it a true AMG? So let's put it back on sport mode here, and I mean, it sounds like an AMG product. It's quick like an AMG product. If you want more speed, you can get a GLC 63S, which introduces an electric motor on the rear axle. But this 416 horsepower, I don't know. I don't think too many people is going to miss that old V6. Well, yes, that old V6 did make good sounds. It didn't have a plaque on the engine itself. Kevin signed off on this. So you let me know, is this a real AMG product or not? I don't know. To me, it honestly doesn't matter. The overall output of this engine is more than sufficient to make me happy. So I'm absolutely okay with it. One thing I did find while driving the GLC though is the suspension. The combination should be quite enjoyable, so it can tune to the road conditions, and it can tune to if you're in, well, a comfort drive mode or sport drive mode. But in reality, what happens is it's too much of a compromise between both, where in a corner, if there's a few more, well, bumps in the road, the vehicle kind of bounces and pogos a little bit more than I would like. It just needs a little bit more of that, well, body control that, well, AMGs generally have. It's just leaning on both sides just a little bit, and I think that's what's wrong with it. Overall, like many SUVs, it's a compromise product, right? You either have it too comfortable or too sporty. You just can't have it just right in the middle, because there's no just right. When you make it too comfortable or too sporty, well, there's just trade-offs that, well, a heavy SUV like this just can't do comparing to like a sports sedan can, just simply due to the weight. And while it is compromise, I feel like a lot of buyers won't care about that. They'll care about, well, that really beautiful badge on the front, the signed engine cover, and just, well, how does it make you feel? And this certainly feels like a Mercedes. It even kind of creaks in places like a Mercedes should. It's not that bad. It's not that bad in here. I've been in worse Mercedes. In any case, thank you so much for watching this video and coming along with me. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll definitely get back to you. Take care.